we'll gather around, feel the love come down. Blue elephant is strong, together we belong. In every comment, right?
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are using the gorgeous into resin koala mold, and we're gonna do it a couple different ways. So initially I was just gonna do it the one way, and what I want to do is kind of like almost like a dirty pour, right? But I'm gonna keep the color separate instead of putting them all into one. I guess it would be more of like a puddle pour-ish. I don't know. But we're going to use some of Let's Resin's epoxy resin for this. And we are going to use this little piggy's latte as one of our micas. We are also going to use Let's Resin mica in gray and Let's Resin white pigment paste, the ocean white. Okay? Now, I want this one to kind of be a more realistic approach to what a koala looks like. So when I looked up the image just to see specific colors, I mean, obviously I know that they're like gray, but I felt like they had brown in them too, and they do. It's just a little bit. So the majority of my color is going to be the gray and the white. And the gray was way too dark. So I just took some of the ocean white pigment paste and started with just a little drop because I don't want to go too light. You know what I mean? Like it's already going to lighten up some because I am putting the actual white pigment paste in there too. So that will affect our color. But this was just too dark for it. They're more of a lighter ish kind of gray into like a medium, but they do have a lot of white and they do have a little bit of brown like under their face and their chest area. Now obviously I can't control the resin and how it's gonna, react and where I'm gonna get it, but I'm hoping to get brown, like some of it somewhere. Now, because the gray is so dark, I could and probably will lose the brown, but I still wanted to try. That and the fact that there's much more gray than there is either of the two other colors, but the tan is that latte color is the least of the colors. So, because I also don't want it to be too much because, like I said, they are more gray and then white and then with a touch of brown. But it's fine. We'll see. All right, so I did spray a little bit of alcohol in there, and that's just because the way the ears go, I want to make sure that my resin goes into there. Started with a little bit of clear, again for the same reason. I want the resin to do its own thing. I don't want to necessarily mix it. So I went in with my silicone tool, and again, I'm doing it now just to make sure that it gets into those ears and I don't have any air bubbles or anything like this. Now, this mold kind of has, it's almost like two steps. One goes down deeper than the other, and the other part, it kind of comes up and then goes down again. So as I'm pouring this, I'm kind of, you can see me going back and forth. I'm getting both of those areas so that when I get to the point where I am like, would be filling that area, it's got resin in it and it's not going to be just one color, if that makes sense. Decided that I needed more gray. Why? I don't know, but I did. So I added some clear to it, mainly because I didn't want to end up with a bunch of clear at the end, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how this turns out. I The more I think about it, the more I don't have much hopes as far as that latte showing up, which will be unfortunate because I do think it's a very beautiful color. But we're just going to keep going with it, and I'm going to fill this up to the top of the mold. I'm not going to dome it too much because it is a handmade mold, and when you do handmade molds, the bottom part isn't always straight because it's hand cut. So the silicone can be kind of goofy and wonky, and then it's just a lot of trimming that you're going to have to do anyway. So we'll see. Okay. So this is 24 hours later. It's time to demold and see what we got. Now, keep in mind this is a crystal kind of mold, so it does have a lot of facets in it. It's not like the ones where it's got like a whole lot, like the Daisy soap mold tray that I use, where the bottom part of it is a lot, but it does have the facets. So it would probably do better with a clear as far as the sparkle and shine. Now you can see a lot of that gray. I have the majority of the gray. I mean, it does take up the whole thing, but a lot of the darker grays in the head, I did not get any of the brown coming out whatsoever. So we're going to try this again. And this time I want to do clear, but I want to first, I want to add, because I want a little bit of sparkle in there. So I'm going to add into Resin's non-sinking glitter just a little bit. I don't want to overdo it, but I do want some sparkle. So we're going to do the purple, and we're going to do this kind of like minty green. The reason I'm doing those two colors is because those rocks that you see right there, we're going to include those in. And those are the predominantly the color of the rocks. I mean, granted, there's white and a little bit of brown kind of in there, but look how beautiful that is. So rocks are going to be added. Again, spraying with the alcohol to get into those ears. We're going in with a little bit of clear resin first. I'm going to work it into the ears and all of the nooks and crannies that it needs to be in this, so I don't get a lot of air bubbles. Now, hindsight is a wonderful thing, and I say it all the time. I did not run my resin through my bubble remover, and I think that was a mistake. The reason I didn't is because I knew I was adding rocks to it, right? I didn't know how many it was going to take. I didn't know. I just didn't know. So I chose to add them a little bit at a time because I want it as much rocks as possible and not, I don't want to have to use a lot of resin. So I wasn't entirely sure how much rock I was going to need to put in it, and I didn't want to waste the rocks if I didn't need them all, right? Because they're not overly cheap. So I'm just going to go in and I am mixing it around. Now, in me doing this and trying to work out and make it so that the resin covers all of the rocks and there's no air pockets, I'm making a lot of bubbles. I wasn't super precious about it. I didn't take my time, which was a mistake on my part. I should have. I should have gone slower. I probably should have just mixed a couple handfuls of rocks, knowing that it was going to take, some, and mix that into my resin, put my resin through the bubble remover, and maybe that would reduce the amount of bubbles that I ended up having. All right, so it didn't take up nearly as much resin as I thought it was going to, but that's fine. We are going to use it up, and we're going to make this little snail. Now, I made this one other time. I didn't do it on camera, I don't believe. And I just used a bunch of just, leftover resin. I think it was from when I was making my sunflower clock. Yeah, because the colors were really bright. And it turned out super, super cool. And my husband has claimed it and taken it to work. But I thought that this would be really cute to have all of the rocks in his little shell on the back, and that it would just give it a little bit of, color variation, and we're going to keep the rest of them clear. So I am filling up, and I'm again adding them pretty much one by one at this point because I don't want it to come where his little slug body is. I just want it to be in the shell. And I'm making sure that it's not falling into his head either. Now, before I started pouring the rocks in, he's got four little things that shoot out of his head. I don't know, eyes, sensors, whatever they are, the little nubby things. I did pour a little bit of resin in there, held my, kind of tilted the mold and squished around where all those, I don't know if they're tentacles or whatever they're called, just to make sure that there's no air bubbles. And filled up the rest of him with clear. Bam, he's done. All right, so for this one, I figured why not? I don't know why I decided to choose such a large mold, but I did. So anyway, added a little bit of clear resin, went around just squishing around the top of the mold or the bottom of the mold, just because air bubbles like to get trapped down there. And then I'm going to put just a couple couple drips of alcohol ink. I think I used aquamarine and purple, and added my resin. Now squishing it around some more. And then I decided I'm going to use some rocks, because maybe if I add all these rocks in, it will raise the resin level and I won't have to make more resin. I mean, it raised it, but it didn't give me nearly enough, and I used all my rocks. So guess what I have to do? Yep, you guessed it. I have to make more resin, just for a little bit too. It's so annoying. So I mixed up another 2 ounces of resin, and at this point, I was kind of a little frustrated, I'm not going to lie, and mixed it super fast and didn't put it through the bubble remover. So I'm sure it's packed full of bubbles because, you know. But here we are, 24 hours later. It's time to demold this. I'm really curious to see how this little jar turns out. I love making these jars. I don't know why. I love this mold so, so much. Now, I didn't have enough to do the top, and I didn't do it at all, but look how beautiful that turned out. Like, it is super cool. This, I'm not gonna lie, wasn't even, this is just an extra, but I'm telling you, it may be my favorite piece out of the lot that I'm doing today. But it's gorgeous. It is absolutely gorgeous. The way that the Into Resin non-sinking glitter just kind of just sparkles in on top of those alcohol inks, which, because I squished it around so much, all mixed into one color, but absolutely stunning. All right, time for the little snail dude. And of course, one single rock escaped to his head. I mean, it was a kind of whitish colored one, so you can't really see it, but he turned out pretty cool. No air bubbles aside from all of the micro bubbles that are all over the place, but you know, it is what it is. All right, time for the last koala. And he turned out really, really cute. However, this is why I wish that I had put my resin through my bubble remover, because of the amount of rocks that I put in, because of how I was not careful in putting them in and mixing them around and all of that. There are a ton of micro bubbles like that were stuck up under his chin, around the wood, underneath his ears. Way, way more than the other piece that I did. That other one, I think I may have gotten a couple in the wood area where maybe I just didn't pay enough attention to. But this one, he's got them everywhere. It doesn't take away from the beauty of them. It really doesn't. But he does have them. All right, so quickly went around all the edges with my deburring tool and then just filed them. All right, now we're going back to the original one that I did. And obviously this was over the course of a few days because I only have the one mold. Same thing around the edges with my deburring tool. And now we are going to bring this guy to life. So at this point, because you don't need me talking through all of this, I am going to bounce off and let you watch as these pieces come to life. And I will be back near the end, or, you know, when I'm almost done. Or sometime. I'll be back. That's all that really matters. I'll catch you guys on the flip side.
By the moonlight parade, side by side on a breezy old limb, soft whispers as the daylight grows dim. One's all gray like the morning's first sight, the other's a rainbow caught in the sky. Together they swing where the soft leaves weave, carving their dreams in the bark, make believe. They share a snack of gum leaves so sweet, laughter echoes in the humid heat. Gray blinks slow, eyes full of calm, purple green shimmers, a living song. Branches sway as they gently groove, time slows down in their tucked away groove. stars cascade. One's all gray like a slow summer breeze, the other's a kaleidoscope kissing the trees. Together they dwell where the twilight breathes, sowing gold dreams in the shadowy eaves. The world may change, but they'll stay the same in this quiet haven.
Back. So I got these new metallic acrylic paints in yesterday. That's what I'm using right here. I had to try them. I'm so excited. Like, oh, I can't wait. There's so many beautiful colors in it too. Super, super excited. Now, I think just based upon what I did with them just now with the paint, I feel like as far as resin goes, it would probably be better to pre-paint it with white acrylic paint first and then go over with the metallics, because it's very transparent. And I mean, you can continue to apply layers and it'll work out and be fine, but I think that's probably going to be the best route to go to use this from here on out. Anyway, so a couple of things real quick. I have not forgot about the competition with my husband. I have done my part in it, and I am forcing him, not really, but yes, to do his part after he gets home from work today so that he can get started. So hopefully by this weekend, we can get our voiceover done and I can have it out sometime next week. That is the plan on that. Guys, I am so close to 5,000 subscribers. I'm literally 160 away. 160 away from being able to do the 5,000 subscriber giveaway, where I can give away 3 gallons of Bond Craftor resin to the US winners, and then something else for my outside of the US subscribers. So I'm super, super excited. I can't wait to do that. So not much longer. Hopefully. Anyway, that's a wrap on this one, guys. Like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. I will see you on Thursday in the next one. Love ya. Bye.
Elephant is strong. Together we belong. In every comment right, you lift me to